So this class is the story of BB the bunny. And BB the bunny is the character in the problem, but she's also the problem in the story. She is a bad, bad bunny. So we're going to find out why she's the character and also the problem in our story. Okay? And I also want you to watch for the letter B's because there's lots of B's in here and lots of items that start with B. So we have B on her belly, B on her bag, and her name is down here, BB Bunny. Here we go. So once there was a busy bunny named BB. BB collected things beginning with the letter B in a big brown bag that she carried on her back. BB had balls, boxes, bicycles, bats, bottles, bananas, books, and baskets. She kept them in her big blue barn. The only problem was that BB didn't ask if she could take these things. She just took them, which is not being honest. That's a problem. BB became bored with collecting the same old things, so one day she decided to start collecting things that were alive. That's just terrible. First, BB saw a beautiful butterfly. She called to the little butterfly, "Butterfly, butterfly, I'm going to bounce you into my bag." The butterfly answered, "No, BB, I won't be bounced into your bag." But BB snatched that butterfly and bounced her into the bottom of the bag. Anyway, BB could hear that little voice calling, "Ba-ba-ba, BB." That's just like the letter B. Ba-ba-ba, BB. Try that. Feeling braver, BB walked up to a bird. She said, "Bird, bird, I'm going to bounce you into my bag." The bird replied, "No, BB, I won't be bounced into your bag." But before the bird could fly away, BB had bounced him into the bag with a butterfly. She could hear him calling, "Ba-ba-ba, BB." Can you try that? Ba-ba-ba, BB. As BB bounced along, she saw a bear on a box. She called to him, "Bear, bear, I'm going to bounce you into my bag." The bear said, "No, BB, I won't be bounced into your bag." But before he could get off the box, BB bounced that bear into the bag with the bird and the butterfly. She could hear them all calling. What were they calling, class? You're right. Ba-ba-ba, BB, as they bumped along inside the big brown bag on BB's back. Well, BB began to get tired from dragging the bunch of animals in the bag, so she came to a beach and decided to rest. As she sat there, she saw a big blue beach ball out by the water, and it seemed to be alive. So she bounced that tiny ball onto the beach, and every time she bounced it, it made this sound, "Buh, buh, 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 buh," just like the letter B. Well, BB decided to take the ball. She bounced it into her bag and paid no attention to the poor animals that were saying, "But, BB." Well, that ball popped and it went boom! It burst. And it burst with such a bang that the big brown bag burst too. It burst with such a bang that bits were blasted everywhere on the beach. The butterfly, the bird, and the bear were blown safely out into the water, and they swam back to the beach. BB, however, had bumps and bruises on her little bunny body. She was black and blue all over, and BB said to herself, "That was bad. I'd better be a better bunny from now on." So because of this adventure, BB learned not to take anything from others and not to make others do what they did not want to do. Now everybody calls her BB the best. And that's the end of our story. So in our story, there was a big problem, right? BB was the big problem. Our main character was the big problem. But she learned her lesson and she was able to fix it. And that's a really important lesson, that even if we're making bad choices, we can definitely fix those bad choices. So that's the story of BB Bunny. And remember to watch for the letter B's and words that start with that special sound, b, 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 b.